Hey, this is Jonathan, and yeah, just continuing off where we last left off here. Uh, Last time I made a right mess of things. I think I was trying to do some stuff with traits. So yeah, I was trying to basically achieve like polymorphism using traits, like just raw traits like this. No, that's not going to work. You need to create a trait object, which means boxing, and I'm not really sure I want to do that right now. I think that an enum is probably good enough. I can probably just do like a match on this. That would be the equivalent solution. Just using an enum instead of having to use a trait object. So yeah, I think this is what I kind of want to go for right now. We're gonna ignore the trait objects and just go with enums. Feels a little bit safer that way anyway, because then I think, yeah, then I'll get a non-exhaustive patterns error if I don't get all the cases. So yeah, there are some additional nice things with using pattern matching. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. Now I don't exactly remember what I was doing or what I was trying to pattern match on. Oh, another thing I should have realized is it's not idiomatic to take vectors as arguments. That's usually you want to take a slice. So that should be sufficient. Although this is I've never taken a slice with the as like a mutable reference, you know. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. In fact, I'm not even sure I need to take this as a mutable reference, do I? Yeah, I am not sure. Now, the rules state you can only take... you can only have up to one, I guess, mutable borrow at a time. Or you can have as many immutable borrows as you want. But not both. So you can't have like one mutable borrow and one immutable borrow. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So, given where I'm getting locations from, actually, does this even need to be? You know what? Actually, that doesn't seem to matter. I don't think that matters. Yeah, I don't think this actually matters. I'm pretty sure I can just pass this in as just as this, and I think that just works. Same thing with this. Yeah, this doesn't need to be mutable, does it? I don't think it does. There we go. That looks a little bit cleaner. The return result can be a vector. I know there's some work with impl trait or something that happened at least somewhat recently, within like the past few months or so. Actually, it might have been longer than that now. But I know that there's been some work with impl trait, so I might be able to just like return something that implements iterator or something instead of a vector. I don't know. For now, I'm just returning a vector. Okay, and then we were doing this location is accessible, which we couldn't do because, right, we wanted it to be kind of like polymorphic, and that's not a thing you can do. Where was location? Yeah, I had like a list of locations, I remember, like it was a vector. So it was sort of like this, yeah, except it was here, and it was called locations. And I got rid of it because I was all flustered and didn't know what to do, and I don't think that was the smartest thing to do. Because, yeah, I can probably just leave this here as is. And I have to remember that if I want to do that kind of polymorphism I was doing last time, I need to remember that... Oh, jeez, what are you complaining about? Let me resolve... Oh, right. It's an enum. Yeah, I need to remember that I have to use a trait object, which involves dynamic dispatch and boxing. Or I could do this, and then I'd have to like do a impl location. Actually, I have to do this anyway because I'm going to be implementing what was that? is accessible, that's right. Which takes a reference to itself, and what was it? I was gonna do... No, I don't think it takes anything else. It just does that, and then return a boolean. Oh wait, no, we need the items. I'm pretty sure we need the items. Which can be an immutable slice of items, which I have. Cool. Oh, it needs a name. Can't do anonymous parameters here. Doesn't quite work that way. Okay. So now I'm giving it items. What are you complaining about? It's private. Ooh, okay. Well, we can change that. Public. There, done. Now what do you think? Fine, okay, cool. We're doing good, I think. Yeah, and then we just do a match. Oh, nice. This kind of autocomplete, I don't think it existed before. I could be wrong, but I definitely don't really remember that. This autocomplete is pretty cool. Because I always get my match syntaxes mixed up. Because the Scala one puts the variable in front of the match keyword, and then in Rust you put the variable after the match keywords. Whatever. Let's just look for each of the... Ooh, wrong thing. Yeah, this is right, I think? Or is it this? I actually don't remember. What is the pattern matching syntax in Rust? I think it is this. And then you delimit it with like a comma, I think. Or either that or you have like a block. If it's a block, then you don't have to delimit it with commas, I think. Yeah, but like either way, let's say if we returned true and true here, I think would get an error. No? We don't get an error? Maybe the error will appear later once we actually try to like build and run this. I'm kind of curious. I think we're supposed to get like a non-exhaustive patterns error, but I could be mistaken. That always happens. Oh yeah, and I want locations. I'm gonna change that. And I think I can just set locations here. If the location is always accessible, I'm kind of curious to know what's going to happen. I think we need to have at least as many. We need to have at least as many locations as items, don't we? I guess we'll see what happens when we run it, though. If it like throws a runtime exception, then if we get an error at runtime, then I'll know that it was able to compile this somehow, even though it doesn't cover every single case. No, it does seem to... Oh wait, nope. No method named for each found for a type U size. Ooh. Really? Is it because I need parentheses? Okay. Collection of types, standard vector, location cannot be built from an iterator over elements of type. Oh. Haha. Right. What did I do? Oh, no, this is the problem down here. Yeah, we need references, I think. So we're yeah, it's the item inside is a reference. Okay, fair enough. So this should return a reference. I think that's right. Yeah, and then it does nothing because we're returning unit up here. So it should be okay-ish. Oh, this needs a lifetime specifier. Ooh. Okay, now I'm getting into territory that I am less comfortable with. I haven't really played with lifetimes that much. Like, working with the ball checker, for the most part, hasn't been too hard, but yeah, this is going to be interesting. So this expects a lifetime parameter. How simple is it to just do something like this? Can I just say it lives as long as that? Is that okay? Oh, I have to specify the lifetime here as an argument, for one thing. That might be okay. There we go, non-exhaustive patterns. That's the one I was expecting. Oh, right, and we have, we're getting like a collection of references. So yeah, how about that? We might have to like dereference or something. I'm not entirely sure how this is gonna work. Oh. Oh, I'm not even using this import right now. That's right. I guess I don't need that. I can probably ignore that. Warning, allocations are not allowed in constants. Ah, okay, that's kind of what I was expecting. Calls and constants are limited to tuple structs and tuple variants. Okay, that's probably roughly the same kind of error. Yeah, we just can't do that. I'm surprised we're seeing so many of, like, this one error popping up. Oh, let's not say what constant. I've heard a little bit about this feature. Okay, so there is stuff coming to help with that, I guess. But for now, we can't do this. And because we can't do this, I'm just gonna move everything here over to here. And then you hit the wrong button. Control V, not Control C. And I get rid of that, because I don't want that. Well, after my computer stops lagging. Hello? There you go. Same thing with the locations. I think we want to do this. I get rid of that extra semicolon. And I think that's everything that we need to do to make this thing work. Well, after we remove these variables that are not actually properly defined. Yeah, let's see what happens. It finished. No errors or anything. Seems okay to me. So we want to drop certain locations, right? So we want to filter. So drop locations should return a list of locations, minus the ones that are inaccessible. But yeah, this makes sense because that matches with what I see here. So I think we're okay. Yeah, I do believe we are okay. And I think Lifetime Elysian allows us to avoid saying that this is a Lifetime B. And I think there's like an implicit B lifetime defined here. If I'm not mistaken. I have no idea. I think that's correct, though. And I do believe it is going through these blocks correctly. Maybe? I mean, of course, if they're just all returning true, that's it's not easy to really tell. But I haven't gotten any complaints about like the type mismatching or anything, so I think we're okay there. So, new locations? Or I guess, remaining locations? Should be this. Yeah, so we let the remaining locations be the dropped, or like the locations after dropping. And then we have to actually put the item into... Yeah, we need to actually put the item somewhere. In one of these locations. Got it. Which means that I actually do need this item that I just pulled out when I did the items accessible.pop. Okay. Now I could do an if let. The problem with doing an if let is that this mutable borrow, I believe it will be held. Because pop does a mutable borrow, it's not an immutable one. And then when I try to pass an immutable borrow here, it'll just die. I can't allow this function to immutably borrow items accessible when it's already being borrowed by pop. So that is going to be, well, actually that's fine. That's totally fine. Item, how about like selected item equals items accessible.pop. And then we can do the remaining locations filter. And now we can do the if let, because it's not like the option wrapper has disappeared on our selected item, right? Ooh, hello. Hello, lag. Hello, lag. Are you okay there, computer? Please stop. Selected item. There we go. Problem solved. Maybe I can just do item. Yeah, seems good. So, maybe I should just be explicit about this as an option item. Then we just get the item. So if we have an item, then what we want to do is put it in a location, right? So that would be like, I guess I have to pop the locations now, don't I? Yeah, I do believe that's what I need to do. Okay. So locations.pop. Chosen location. I like chosen better than selected because it's less lengthy. That's literally my only reason. Okay. Yeah, so we pop one of the locations off the stack. And then I guess I have to somehow like assign a location to an item or an item to a location. Does that make sense? Sure. I mean, well, I think this is the job for something new. We should define some kind of like product type of the location and item. So we have an item location pair, I guess. Yeah, let's define I don't know, a tuple struct. That'll serve as a decent product type, right? Yeah. So how am I gonna do that? Or like, where should I do that, rather? That's the question I want to ask, because I have two different modules, one for items, one for locations. Maybe I should just put it here. Do you think that makes sense? I think that makes sense. I don't know who I'm talking to, but that's what I've decided to do. Let's call it filled location, which has an item item. And I need to put the struct keyword in here because otherwise it doesn't do anything. And a location. Location. And because they're both enums, it's super simple. I don't even have to worry about anything else. Okay, I like this. I think this makes sense. A filled location is just a tuple struct with just an item and a location. And so what we should do after this is just return a list of those things. Yes. That thing that I just defined. I don't remember the name already. It was what? Can I not access that? Is that not a thing I can do? Do I have to define it as like a pub struct? Oh, that. There. There we go. Perfect. So there is some mutation happening in here, which is a little bit scary. But wait, where is the mutation happening? Is there actually any mutation happening here? Yeah, the pops, duh. So that's mutating those stacks. Yeah, so I have to make sure that everything is being handled correctly. I could do another if let here for this guy. I'm not sure I want to do that. I might just want to keep this on the outside. Yeah. That's probably the smarter idea. Can I do like a double if let sum, like two sums? Does that work? I'm not sure. Don't think I've ever actually tried that. Because yeah, I don't need to have this inside this if let. This can be put out here. I don't think that would make a difference, honestly. So if, for whatever reason, I decided to do an if let option item, how about option location? Yeah. Can I do an if let that pattern matches on two options? No. Wait, no, yeah, wait, maybe. I have no idea. Because, yeah, the if let binding here is doing pattern matching, as far as I know. Sorry, my chair is kind of creaky. It's been like that for the last couple of videos. Who am I apologizing to? I don't know. Yeah, so this should work. If I am not mistaken. Right, and we're not doing like a map or anything here. I could have done a map. Could I have done a map? That probably wouldn't have been a good idea. Map generally implies that there aren't any like side effects happening inside. I don't really like the idea of of basically ruining map semantics like that. So I'm probably not going to do that. Now I could have, if I did a functional pop, I could have avoided using for each, and I could have just used map instead. That is something I am considering doing still, but for now I think this looks like something I can reason with. At least it's a pretty short algorithm. No, I don't think I've handled all the edge cases and everything else properly, or the error cases. Also, I'm not even done implementing it. Come on, let's actually just finish this. So I need to create a another vector, I think. And this one will be, I don't know, filled locations. It'll be a vector of filled locations. What a surprise. Gee. Wow, that's I don't know what I'm doing. That's not gonna work at all. Look at this. There we go. Let's do a filled locations dot push. We'll push the item and chosen location onto there. And I just realized that's not going to work, is it? That's not going to work. Okay, so for one thing, this function takes one parameter, but two parameters are supplied? Oh, yes, that's right, because I need to construct a filled location. Okay, so that's one problem, but that's not the problem I was thinking of. The problem I'm thinking of is about deallocation. So this thing is currently saying this is okay, but I know for a fact that this is not okay, because I am now taking the item, or like a reference to the item, and I'm creating this filled location, and this filled location doesn't have any lifetime parameters or anything tied to it, so it doesn't know how long it's going to be holding onto those the item and chosen location. That's not good. We don't want that. So things that I can do to resolve this. I'm kind of tempted just to yeah, you know, let's just derive here. What was it? Derive. Oops, I don't know how to spell derive. Even with autocomplete. Copy clone, I think. Or can I just derive copy? I'm not sure. I've never tried that. I doubt this is gonna work. But in case it does, yeah, I'm just gonna do this and see what it says about that. And then here we can like print our filled locations, I guess. Well, you can't really print them unless we implement debug on these. I think that's what I need. Yeah. I don't know if you can do that with a vector, but we'll find out. I don't know what I'm doing. That's about par for the course. There we go. I am consuming it here, I think. Or maybe print line requires a reference. I'm not sure. If it requires a reference, the compiler will tell me. Oh, of course. I need to make the fields public too. That's right. Okay. Trait bound clone is not satisfied. That's kind of what I figured. Okay. So it needs to be copy clone. Got it. I can do that. It's not hard. Vector doesn't implement display. I kind of figured that was going to be the case. Fine. Why don't we just do this then? Index 0. What do you mean? Filled location doesn't implement display. Is that... I thought it was debug. I thought I could just print stuff if I had debug. Or is there... Uh-oh. Debug trait. Rust. There's special syntax for this. I know there's a special syntax for this. Yeah, you need to do this colon question mark. That's how you print those kinds of values. Okay. Well, I can do that. It's not hard. There. Done. But filled location doesn't implement debug. Oh, of course. This needs to implement debug. Oops, I need to do this. And then debug. There we go. Is that good enough? Should be good enough. Yeah, okay, we got some borrow checker problems here, or just one. Can't borrow locations as mutable because it's also borrowed as immutable. Oh, it was borrowed as immutable on the line before. Oh, that's right. It's immutably borrowed there, and then This thing returns a vector of references to locations, so yeah, okay. That could be a problem. That might be a problem. What I could do is I could remove the references and then we'd basically just be copying locations over instead of returning like a reference or like a vector of references. That is something I could do. Or optionally, wait, no. Wait, no, yeah, can't I just do this? That should work, right? Should I just do that first? Yeah, I'm sneaky. I'm a sneaky. Cool, that works. Alright. So that's pretty nice. So if I think of a bunch of items, I guess I'll have to design like a bunch of items for the game. Then I can that I want to put in. Then yeah, then I can just fill that in. I guess I haven't really talked about like the genre of the game or anything yet. Kind of late to talk about that though. Yeah, the goal is to make it like a top-down kind of shooter type game, like a twin-stick shooter, but in like the style of, I guess, more of Zelda. Trying to, because I want it to work well with the randomizer, right? Like I don't want to just make it like a carbon copy of ALTTP rando. But yeah, I don't know. It's that's the idea. I've said it now. It's been documented technically because I said it. So okay, now we know what this first location looks like. Might as well try printing the rest of them. Although I think I'll know what they look like, won't I? That's not true because this thing. Yeah, this thing isn't. This thing is randomized. I mean, it's a seeded randomizer, but still randomized, so I should see some amount of things being mixed up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so a paired item 0 with location 1, a paired item 1 with location 2, and a paired item 2 with location 0. So there we go. It roughly did what I expected it to. So remember, this is not all the locations. This is only a subset of the locations. This will, because this thing right here, this is basically the filler, like the assumed filler that they implemented for LTTPR, but I don't have like a fast filler yet. The fast filler should be really easy though. I think it only makes sense that it would be super easy. So yeah, this item count should probably I should probably like denote that these are progression items. I should also probably take everything out of main. It's also a good idea. Lots of good things I should do, but have not done. Also, I could do some error handling in here. So if for some reason one of these things happens to be empty, then I can say, oh, throw an exception or whatever. I mean, I don't think there are exceptions in Rust, actually. At least not unless you, like, create one. I think I'd have to do some other kind of error handling. How much time have I spent here? Oh, okay. That's not as much time as I thought I had. Time kind of flies, but not as quickly as you might think sometimes. But yeah, this I'm pretty happy with this right here. Let me just think about how I want to do this. What did I do with the remaining locations anyway? I didn't do anything with the remaining locations. What am I... Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, don't do this. That's wrong. Right, I need to actually pop this off of the remaining locations. I can't just pop things willy-nilly. No, 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 no. That's not right. Yeah, okay, that changes things. That really does change things. Oh, but this is an option. Oh, and I cannot borrow immutable local variable remaining locations as mutable. Yeah, okay. How about this? How about I do that? Then I pop. And then I get this guy. And then, right, no, that is correct. But this is complaining. Ah, because this is not, right, this is an option with a reference in it, so I need to dereference that. And the way to do that would be, can I do like this? Oh no, that just adds another one. Can I do this? No. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just do this. I thought there was a way to, like, dereference this from here, but maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe it's this. Maybe that's what I need to do. Oh dear. I think that's just incorrect syntax, isn't it? Yep, okay. That's something else. Don't do that. Just do this. This works, I think. I mean, we're gonna be copying this stuff anyway, so whatever. And yeah, we're still okay. Actually, are we okay? I don't think we're okay. No, we're definitely not okay. Because now it's pairing item 0 with location 1, item 1 with location 1, item 2 with location 1. Everything's being paired with location 1. That's not good. That's bad. So, okay, oh. What do I need to do here? What have I done wrong? I did something wrong. I did something wrong. Item 0, item 1, item 2. Did it even shuffle the items? Because, like, these items are just, you know, they're in order. I feel like it didn't even shuffle them. I could print the contents of items accessible just to find out, but I doubt that's going to really tell me anything other than, yep, it didn't do any shuffling. So, okay. Location 1, location 1, location 1. Huh. How come it's getting the same location? That's what I want to know. Ah, because I'm always giving it this. That's right. Yeah, the updated state is in this. But that's not the same as this. Okay. Yep. I understand. I completely understand. This is immutable. Right. Okay. Fascinating. I kind of want to be able to just use this instead of... Okay, so... Ooh. We pop a location. So after we pop the location, what I think we should do is set locations equals remaining locations. And I thought that would work, but it doesn't. That's right. Because that's a vector of references. Okay. Now we're getting kind of messy here. Yeah, this is getting a bit messy. How do I avoid this problem? Like, this has to return a... Unless I copy the locations to a new vector. I could do that. I don't think that's what I want to do, though. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this pop. If I was working with immutable collections, it would be totally fine. So I need to rework this logic somehow. In such a way that... But how? How am I going to do that? Well, one thing I could do is like a fold, and then I can use an accumulator to kind of encapsulate state as we iterate. State as we iterate, yeah. So, boy howdy, that sure is funny. No. I don't think that we have any, like, we don't really have, like, immutable collections. So we can't, like, this push, like, pushing elements onto this filled locations is, yeah, that's just gonna, that will definitely, that's always gonna have to be a mutable borrow. So, okay. Yeah, because if I wanted to do a fold, ideally my fold would return the filled locations, right? I think that would make sense. But I don't know if there's any way of actually, like, pushing elements onto a vector in like a pure way. This is just gonna do it. This is just gonna mutate filled locations. I guess we could look at the operations on vector. I don't think it's gonna really help, though. I could look into getting like an immutable collections library or something, and I suppose that could work. But yeah, like we're building, we're going to be building a new like list of these pairs of items, and well, if I'm going to be just iterating over all the items, I don't need an item count. I don't need to like do an item count dot for each even, right? I could just map. I could map over all the items because what we're doing is we're putting the items in locations. I don't have to I don't have to build anything from scratch. We're mapping items to filled locations. The list of locations, I mean, well, that's probably going to change. Because we are going to be, we do need to, like, filter locations out, but we can always return that as, like, part of the accumulator, right? Because I think we will have that state by the time we bottom out. I think I can make this... Well, no, this is not a fold, though. I have to remember, this won't be a fold if I'm doing a map. If I'm doing a map, I can't carry state with me because I'm not doing a fold. Of course. So, yeah, I think we might be stuck unless... Yeah, unless I can do something else. I mean, these are all interesting ideas, at least. Interesting things to think about. But I don't believe we're gonna be able to do anything magical here. That'll make everything work nicely. But I'm just gonna browse through these functions to try and see if there's anything that will work. Doesn't really... Well, I don't know. Yeah, there's like remove, there's insert. I'm not really seeing much here that's actually... Yeah, like this doesn't have a return value. This does, but this is pop. And that's still mutable. Yeah, I think pretty much every operation that would like change the size of the vector does like a mutable borrow. So okay, I get it. I get it. Maybe I'm not going to be so lucky with this. Fine. Yeah, so I was thinking about map. I was thinking about fold. Is there a way I can like combine the map and the fold in some way? Well, we can map over items, sure. But if we were to do a fold, what would the fold do? It'd have to be like a mix of like a map and a fold. Yeah. Can I fold over the items instead of the item count and then do something interesting with that? Maybe. That might work. What would our accumulator be in that case? Well, the state that we want to keep track of would be... It would have to be... Frick. It would be these remaining locations, right? Yeah, locations would be what we pass in as like our accumulator. And then we'd be folding over the items. Okay, so we'd get an item. Items accessible. Oh, right. But we would also need to... We would also need to update this. Items accessible. That is also true. Because we'd want to get the first item from items accessible. And then we would want to just get the... And then we want to... Yeah, we'd also want to get the remaining items. So, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure this is going to work out so well without, like, an immutable collections library. I'm kind of tempted to go and pull one out from somewhere because I kind of prefer immutable collections, but just because I find it easier to reason with, but... I mean, what I'm currently doing should also work. I shouldn't just like abandon what I have in terms of a more like in favor of a more functional solution. But I am seeing ways that I can probably optimize this. I think. Actually, wait. No, I don't think so. Oh wait, no. Wow, a lot of different thoughts happening at once in my head. But if I tried to do like a map instead of a for each here, if I mapped over each of the items, the problem is items accessible. It won't that won't really work with items accessible, just because. Yeah. Items accessible won't be mutated, it'll just be the full list. I guess I don't have to pass in items accessible. I don't know, I'm coming up with a lot of ideas, and I'm not really sure how viable they all are. I mean, as a, like, what I could just do is map over this and I guess copy. That would work. But we take what, location, then we just return this. I mean, that would work, and then we don't even have to use lifetimes, right? Because now we're not returning a vector of references, we just be returning locations, right? Oh, expected a vector of locations. Found vector. Oh. Really? Oh, what if I do this? What if I did that? What if that was the solution the whole time? Could that have been a solution the entire time? Sure looks like it. Except that, oh wait, no, that's not a reference anymore. Collection of type. Oh no, that's still a problem. Yeah, I don't really know if there's any way around that. I don't think into iter would help. I just feel like that wouldn't really help with this at all, no. So, yeah, anyway, I guess the solution is still map. If I want to go that way. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it does kind of work. Alright. I guess we can leave it like this for now. I mean, it's not, like, awful. This looks mostly okay. Yeah. So could I have just reassigned locations here? Would that have worked? And then just did a pop, and then not needed to do this? Because I feel like that could work, actually, and then I wouldn't need to do this. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. That's an optimization. That works. Cool. So instead of going for a more functional solution, I decided to go with this, and it seems like it works for the most part. Yeah, I'm all right with this. It could be a lot worse. Okay. Yeah, this I'm not so sure about. Well, I mean, locations are they're just this, right? They're cheap. I think it's pretty cheap to create a new location. And it's not like I'm boxing, I think. Yeah, I don't think that those are being boxed. Mind you, a vector is always a heap allocation, so... Oh, well, whatever. I feel like I'm just trying to micro-optimize now. It's probably not worth thinking about too much right now, at the moment. But yeah, there we go. Okay. So, next steps. Probably actually verify that this works and works properly. So we should probably start trying to add conditions to, what was it, the locations for if they are accessible or not, by taking the items and doing stuff with them, like checking if we have certain items, then lock off this location, otherwise lock off some other location, things like that. I think that would that'd be good. Also, I should probably do some refactoring. Take all this stuff out of main, put it in its own class, or struct, or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, impl. I mean, it is basically doing, like, I know it's just like method syntax, blah, blah, blah. But it is basically just organizing in like a more object-oriented way, which seems to be idiomatic in this language, from what I've been seeing. But yeah, let's see. How much time is there left? Oh, we've only got a few minutes left. I guess this is probably... Well, I don't have to. I can start trying to implement stuff here. Or I could do the fast filler. I could try to do the fast filler. Yeah, I should try and plan out what I'm going to do next. I think it would be wise to try and do the fast filler next, because I'm gonna want to have like a bunch of like junk items. So I have items, and then I'm gonna have like, and these are progression items. So we're gonna have progression items, and then we're gonna have junk items. I guess progression items and junk items are all gonna fall under the same enum, aren't they? Yeah, they will. I guess there isn't really a good way to express... Yes, there is. What am I talking about? Wait, no. What? what am I doing? I think what I wanted to do was have like an enum, and it would be like item type. And oh boy. It'd be like I don't know, progression, which has an item in it, and junk, which is also an item. We can also do that categorization of like Nice. Nice items. These are like the nice to have items, but they're not like required. Because I know that the way they do it, they have like progression items, nice to have items seated next after the progression items, and then the junk items are seated last. And I might want to do that same kind of thing. We can also add other categories here, so I feel like this is probably what I want to do. And then instead of then we have like stronger. We can more strongly type. Yeah, these items. Maybe this should be called item, and then the inside thing can be called like actual item. I'm not really sure. Yeah, this is kind of tricky, but yeah, I get the gist of what I'm trying to do here, and I think this is the right. Well, this is roughly the right steps forward. But anyway, I think that's gonna do it for today. Yep, that's gonna do it for now. So I will see you guys next time. I don't know who you guys are. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking to an audience, but I'm mostly just talking to myself. Alright.